So if she wants that chignon in the back, what I like about making my padding, it's cheaper, right? One $5 donut, and I can get 7 or 8 padded pieces out of it. And I can make them the shape I want. So if someone wants a wider bottom, I can put my piece in this way. I can even stretch it, right? And I can do that. If someone wants a more vertical, and we've got height all the way up and down here, I can take it and I can put it in like this. And then we bring all these little, so say we manage to get a piece of padding in there, and then we can put these, and we can get these across, right? And then some from this side go this way, and then some from this side go this way. We can get this look with our donut that way. If we're stuck, if we just like stick that guy on there, you don't have shape. Your shape is all messed up. So don't be afraid to like cut things up and do stuff. So let's stick to the plan, and the plan is to try to do this look on all the different lengths. So we'll stick to the plan, and I'm going to get some hot rollers in. So what I do when I've now had my consultation and I know the direction we're going, and I know that we're going to have a vertical piece in here, and then I'm going to try to bring as much this way as I can, I will set her hair in the direction that I know it's going to go. So I'm going to section out section 4, which will give me this. And you can see here, that is coming from section 2 and 3. So again, it depends on how good her hairline is, how much hair you're going to have from the sides. But for section 4, right about here, I'm going to take section 4. And once you have an idea of the sectioning, 1 is the front, 2 and 3 are the sides, 4 is the crown, and 5 is the back, you're going to be able to read into any photo and break it down. So right now I'm going to take out what I need for this. Okay? So I'm going to look at the head. I'm going to probably steal some of this softness here, so that when I have something to go back, I've got a little bit of a veil of something. So I'm going to go up. So like on this picture, you can see there's a dip right there. So this is section 4 right here. And then 2 and 3 are the sides. Okay, and 5 is the back. Let's see her. And going to use as little bit as possible so that I can get the fullness I want, but save as much hair to give her a full back. Now here's another trick that I do. We need some fullness in here, and what I can do is I can scoop out the inside. Okay, so you can see I kind of scooped out the inside. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a piece of padding with this hair. And then all I need is this little veil to lay on top, right? So now I'm down to just this one tiny little piece of hair, and that's all I need to give me this crown look. You can almost see how it's see-through there, and then it's a little bit denser underneath. So just so I don't get lost, I always keep my sections super clean. And because I'm going to go with a vertical padding, I'm going to split this down and I'm prepping the underneath to take the design so let's get this to be a little bit of self-padding. I've got all the tools, the crimper, you know, and powder and whatever. You guys can use the tools you like. I stick to systems and construction and creativity in a sense. You know, this mannequin head is 100% human, and it's fine. It's beautiful hair. You might get someone coarser. So on her, in the video, I might use powder, and then you might have a whole different head of hair. So you work with the tools you like, the products you like, and whatever little tidbits you can take from how I break things down, then I'd be happy. So looking at her from the side, and this might be a you know, second time wedding, you know, second bride, an older bride, mother of the bride, grandma, just a bride with short hair that is hoping for a miracle, right? So I teased it straight up. I'm still holding it up because I want that root to come up. The padding is going to do its job back here. So what I'm concentrating now is filling in something that's going to help in that area. So here's, I know I've been doing hair a long time, so I have lots of tricks, and I hope you get some. If I go back, it might bring it too low. So if you've ever done a French twist where you make a seam and then you come back over, that's what this trick is for. I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to pin there and there. So now that is stuck. So when I come back, you can see it's not going to come too low. It's going to live right in the crown, right where I need it to live. And I can fan her a little bit. And right now I've just used a 2-inch square piece of hair, and I'm gonna get so much out of this. And because I got that base, I can just, you can almost just do hairpins here, but I've got 2 pins in there. And now I can do a 3rd pin right under my finger. Can kind of fan this down. And this can be done with hairpins. So I've made a little bit of padding out of her own hair. So now when we go to do that beautiful fullness back here, we can do that, right? We can do that. We can tuck everything else in, and we're gonna have like an amazing, we haven't even put in any extra padding or fake padding or anything like that. Alright, so what I want to do, just to have this area in here receive the padding, what do you think I need to do? Think through. I just need a tiny little veil. Of something that I can tease so that it'll stay in. Now a lot of these looks, you can tell her bits end right here. Her hair is not much longer than this head. Right here. Both of these. The bits on this, she might have a little bit more. But this is about the length of that there. And sometimes we have the perfect head and the perfect model and we take a photo and it looks amazing. And then the next time you get someone with not the same hair. So there's so much variables and adjusting to every single head that this is why I like to teach you to think through what it is your choices are. I'm holding this because it's split down the middle. I'm holding it up, right? Because this hair needs to go that way. So I wouldn't want to tease here. Distance equals length. So if I'm teasing here and it gets pinned in, now I've lost length, right? Now I only got tiny bits. Distance equals length. So by just holding it up, now I've gained another whole inch that I have to wrap around, okay? So thinking through where it is I'm going, what do I need this hair for? I need it to be able to wrap across, so don't get it stuck down. And once these decisions in your thinking make sense, you'll never forget it. It's different than like, oh, I gotta copy an updo today. Oh, where's that darn updo? I gotta copy it again. No, this is a paradigm shift in your thinking. So once this thinking makes sense, you're not going to forget it. Any hair that sits down, you'll be able to take care of. So I have a couple of these. One's a little bit bigger. I think this one's too fat. It'll just add too much. So it's just some cheap Krylon hair. I carry it in black and yellow and this color. And I just cut up a donut, stick it in. Like I said, it can do many things. It can stretch across the back, it can go vertical, it can kind of double fold and go thick, but today we want it to go vertical here. We want to create this fullness, and so I'm going to just kind of tuck it in. You know, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. You're just like, it's like you're folding foil for a sandwich. There's no right or wrong. What would you do? Think through what you would do and just do it. No right or wrong. So we got that nice self-teasing in there. I can come right up into that. There's all kinds of beautiful bobby pins down inside there. So all I have to do is feel for a couple of those other bobby pins and just hook right into them. Bring her a little bit narrow. I want it narrow. Just gonna draw and fold and draw and fold. And what I have down here is this little bit of teasing. I don't want to hook in, I just want to hook in the teased part. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of the padding and go into the teased part. Grab a little bit of the padding. Go into the teased part. And I'm going to just follow along just for more stability. Just grab some of that teased part and go right into the padding. Grab some of that teased hair and go right into the padding. Okay. So in order to, sometimes when we put in padding and then we use a half the hair to cover the padding. And that's not, you know, you want to make sure that you don't do that. So I'm going to just take some of this now and feed it in with hairpins. I take some of this, bring it down, feed it in with hairpins. I have my side pieces, and I'm going to smooth them a little bit. Just going to smooth them a little bit. And you want to kind of fan. You can get away with a hairpin here because it's just like a few inches of hair, of a soft, lightweight hair. And you can decide if you want to have one go across the top and one go across the bottom. You know, you can make that decision, because you still have all of this on both sides going back. So you can decide whatever you want to do with this to get as much as the padding covered that makes you feel comfortable and safe. Going for that shape. And I'm going to go side to side. I'm going to take some pieces from one side, take some pieces from another side. And that helps us to maintain balance, helps us to not get lost, helps us to not run out of hair. Hot roller there. Let me throw my hot rollers in, because I like to set some of the hair ahead of time, and then that way I'm not having to take out my curling iron all the time. So by the time I get to section 1 or 2 and 3, they're already curled, right? So I'm saving time, that I'm not having to whip out my curling iron again. They got to set while I worked on the back. So when I was working in my salon and then I did freelance for many years, I loved updos and I wanted to do as many as possible. So, and then I taught for Paul Joseph DeGrigley, and that trained me. All right, this is what I do to save time and to work faster. And so then, when you're forced to teach it, then you kind of put it into a system. And this is the system I follow, and when you can work faster and do a little bit more finished work, especially the second time brides or a full wedding party where you're able to, you know, take care of everybody, then your prices, you can raise your prices. Alright, so section 1 and 2 and 3, so here's my front. Take that front out. So I'm going to just throw my sides in a hot roll. I start kind of mid-shaft because it's all layered. You're just looking for fullness. If there is no curl and you just work straight with a head, your updos will be very tight to the head and very flat. You need some of this volume, whether you use a curling iron. Think about where you're going, so you're curling in in the direction that you're going. What I do at this stage is I send them off to cool. So it's sectioned, the padding's in, it's set, and I send them off to cool, and I take the next bridesmaid or the next mom or preset the bride, and then I comb everybody out. So no one is in my chair for longer than 20 minutes at a stretch. Because sometimes the wedding is at the mom's house and she's hearing all kinds of things going on in the other room. Someone can't find the coffee, someone can't find the cups, someone can't find the napkins, and you're trying to do a beautiful job, and she's antsy, and she's been sitting already for 40 minutes and she still has to get 15 more minutes to go. It's not a pleasant experience for anyone to have to sit in one chair with one person for an hour. And so by sectioning and prepping, then the next person gets sectioned and prepped, and so by the time I get to comb out, I already know who in the wedding party is probably going to be nasty or give me a hard time. I'll comb her out last, if not the bride last. Who's super easy and who's got duties that need to get done, and she might say, oh, can you comb me out? I've got to take care of that. I got to run the flowers over to the guys, the boutonnieres or whatever. So you're accommodating. So she's all ready to go. Her padding's in. Everything's going to go in that direction. Her front is going to come back, and she's all ready and all set to go.